LCU is one of the first sort of a phenomena in Tamil industry.
Yeah.
And it's very promising. What do you have to tell about it?
No, this is an idea he discussed long back. Lokesh always said that, we can make solo films with every character. So I'm hoping someday he makes a solo film and I'll be very happy. It takes a lot for someone to put their hand on your head and to bless you and say, Nalla irukku, sandoshama irukku. And I'm like, wow. So those are the moments that I work for. A lot of directors happen to watch Halitha's short and they were like, okay, there is...
Maybe he can do this as well.
Maybe he can be a little vulnerable. So I'm very, very grateful to Halitha. And
Hello Arjun, how are you?
Good, Chandhini. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So I was going through one of your interview and அதில் நீங்கள் வந்து ரொம்ப எம்ஃபசைஸ் பண்ணது நீங்கள் சினிமாவுக்கு வரதுக்கு முன்னாடி used to see a lot of interviews.
Yeah.
Now that you're an established actor yourself, interviews and putting yourself out, do you consider a significant aspect of your work?
I think it's important. Means my interviews are very minimal. I don't do too many interviews, but I'm hoping if there are a few people who watch my interviews and there is some sense that I speak, then great, good for them.
And your recently released film Aneethi is doing good in the theatres. It talks about a very significant social concern. So it talks about social inequality or a proletariat or concerns பத்தி பேசுது. Have you ever thought of, being part of a film that talks about such message or a message oriented filmல நீங்க இருக்கணும்னு have you ever thought about it?
Not really, because like I said, I've always seen cinema sitting in the theatre and watching big star films. And when they send out a message, it's great. But no, I never thought of being part of message-oriented films. But I think Vasanthabalan sir as a creator is someone who always has a very strong message in his movie. So I'm just happy that I got to be a part of his voice, what he wanted to put out. I'm happy that I was a part of it.
Tell me this, like, so நீங்க இது மாதிரி படம் choose பண்ணும்போது going forward also, do you sort of draw a connection or a line between your ideologies and your perspective as a person and then what the film tries to convey? ரெண்டுமே ஒண்ணா இருக்கணும்னு எதிர்பார்ப்பீங்களா?
அப்படி இல்லை. மீன்ஸ் ஒரு டைரக்டரோட விஷன்ல அவரு சரி ஓகே இவன் கரெக்டா இருப்பா இந்த கேரக்டர்னு சொன்னாங்கன்னா I'm like okay, he trusts me, so I will just go with that faith. Because I don't know, I think it's a collaborative process. டைரக்டருக்கு ஒரு விஷன் ஒன்று இருக்கும் and அதுக்கு நான் எவ்வளோ ட்ரூவாக இருக்கேன் அது மட்டும் தான் நான் பார்ப்பேன். And if, like I said, if he says short, okay, I'm happy. But no, I will try to see what I can bring to the table in terms of performance. But ideologies and everything, I think that is the director's creative space, and I will not get into that. As long as I'm part of his vision, I'll be happy, Chandhini.
Right. In Andagaram, or let's take Aneethi itself. So, இது மாதிரி படத்துல you've sort of expressed range of emotions, grief, vulnerability, love, rage, angst, அதெல்லாமே. So it's like a blessing இல்லையா for an artist to be able to perform ஒரு இடத்துல வந்து இவ்வளோ எக்ஸ்பிரஷன்ஸ் இவ்வளோ இது காட்டுறதுக்கு ஒரு ஸ்கோப் கிடைக்கிறது இட்ஸ் சார்ட் ஆஃப் அ பிளெஸிங் இல்லையா?
100%.
How do you like அது மாதிரி ஒரு ஆப்பர்ச்சுனிட்டி கிடைக்கும் போது how do you prep yourself and how is the process?
இல்ல like I said, it's traveling with the director for every shot. எல்லா ஷாட்டுக்கு முன்னாடி டைரக்டரோட உட்காந்து அது பிரேக்கர் சாப்பிட்ற டைம்ல இருக்கட்டும் இல்லை டின்னர் சாப்பிட்ற டைம்ல இருக்கட்டும் or in between shots அவங்கள்ட்ட பேசி பிகாஸ் அட் தி எண்ட் ஆஃப் இட் அவங்களோட விஷன் தானே. அவங்க அந்த கேரக்டரை பார்த்தாங்க, லைக் திருமேனியாவோ இல்லை வினோதாவோ அந்த கேரக்டர் ஒரு தீரனாவோ பார்த்துருக்காங்க. அண்ட் அவங்களுக்கு they'll have an idea in terms of இந்த மாதிரி இந்த கேரக்டர் பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணால் நல்லாயிருக்கும், பேசினா நல்லாயிருக்கும். ஸோ ஐ திங்க் if you discuss with the director, at least this is how I approach it, for each their own, but for me I think அந்த director பேசி உள்வாங்கி like I said, short okay sultana, I'm very happy. But physically, if there's any prep required, yes, then of course I'm willing to train. But other than that, I think it's more of absorbing and incorporating whatever the director says and following that into every character. Because all I try to do is try to keep it as real as possible. And if the director's okay with it, I'm okay.
Right. So physical prep, have you got a chance so far?
For master, I had to.
Oh yeah, with
because,
the
it means with I had to be in a certain shape for master. Andagaram was the reverse because I think when we started shooting, I was training 6 days a week. But then ஒரு ஃபெயில்டு கிரிக்கெட்டரோட பார்ட் ப்ளே பண்ணும்போது லைட்டாக தப்பாக இருக்கணும். ஹீஸ் ஈட்டிங் அ லாட் ஆஃப் food at untimely hours in the movie. So I had to let go of all the training that I had done because it was not right for him to be fit. You know, the starting push-ups irukka mudiyadhu. So that was different. But yeah, otherwise, as of now, there's something that I'm discussing. If that works out, then I'll have to really train hard for it.
Right.
Yeah.
So Vinod in Andhagaram or Thiru in Aneethi, there's also a lot of emotional investment into the character because it's very layered.
Yeah.
So it feels very effortless when we see on screen.
Thank you.
But how is it for you? Is it like is it challenging for you to get in and get out?
Andhagaram, yes, because it was a very long journey. And it's fighting your own demons. அந்த ரூமுக்குள்ள அவ்வளோ தாடி முடி and you know, and it's fear and anger and being in that character for so many years, it definitely took a toll on me. Tirumeni illa, because we shot very briefly. Of course, there was konjam oru gap irundhu because Sir was unwell. But we got back, but it had a lot of other things. In Andhagaram, it was only me in one house and me fighting this. So it did take a long time for me to get out of that character. But now radio joined Andhagaram. So anga irukra colleagues, listeners, on the team or time spent Andhagaram, I think I got back to normal. But it took a while. Yeah, Andhagaram definitely took a while. Aneethi, I think talking to food delivery boys and listening to their stories definitely did affect me. It was very saddening stories. So that definitely did affect me. But otherwise, there was of course physical, like I'd broken a toe, I lost some flesh on my hand. But that was during shoot. But that's okay. I'm still happy to shoot. As long as I'm shooting, I'm always happy. But yeah, I think more with Vinod to answer your question.
Yeah, நீங்க இப்ப சொன்னீங்க அந்த you broke a toe. You put out a statement
Correct.
yesterday. So I remember you had written a line saying you're grateful, you extended gratitude to people who loved the film, and you also said how if someone doesn't like the film, you'll get better at it.
Yeah.
So I somehow sort of felt like there's no filter between you and your audience. You connect very much with them at a personal level. Or how was it for you?
Well, I think it's important, Chandni. I always say this, and it's not me being modest or humble, but I think all these opportunities coming my way today is very much because of Vikna sir, Lokesh sir, S.R. Prabhu sir, Karthi sir, Vijay sir, his fans, and a lot of audience who's accepted me in every role. And I think I need to be true to them. And it's very important that I give my 200% to every character that I do. And their feedback for me is very important. I know I'm very bad with social media, but there are some messages that come through on Twitter, or they message my friends, and my friends tell me, or there are reviewers like you and other reviewers who send me feedback on my performance. And it's great for me to incorporate that, and maybe, instead of 100, maybe I'll push to 200% the next film. And I think that's what I can keep doing with every movie. So I think it's very important to be connected with my audience and be rooted. I think that's for me is very important. Stay grounded and connect with them as much as I can on a personal level. And like I said, those theatre rounds really helped me because people were giving me their feedback directly, and so fortunate to receive blessings from elderly people in the theatre, and they don't even know me. They've just come to watch a movie, and it's an experience for them. But it takes a lot for someone to put their hand on your head and to bless you and say, "Nalla irunga, sandoshama irunga." And I'm like, wow. So those are the moments that I work for, and I'm happy. And I'm happy with. That's why I think every day we were doing 2-3 theatre visits, and I think it's very important to be connected with the audience, and I love to know what they say. If there is something that they don't like there are people who said when Mass released, I think there were a few people who said dubbing was off, and I said I will improve in whatever capacity I can. If someone says performance is not good enough, I will try harder in the next movie, and I hope if not 100%, I reach at least 50%. They're like, okay, paravala, konjam improve, I'll be happy.
That openness sort of brings you closer with them.
I hope so. So, Chandni. And like I said, I want to be me. And as long as they see me, I'm happy. Yeah.
So, is it also because you're an outsider? You don't have a godfather?
I don't.
It took almost 8 years of hard work, patience, perseverance, and no complaints, as you said.
No complaints, no regrets.
Yeah. So, is that also a reason why it's so easy for you to stay connected with the people, the audiences, and
Because I feel I'm one of them.
One of them, right.
Yeah,
Right.
I was in the theater and watching a movie like them, and then I am. See, I also know, Chandni, there are a lot of talented people out there, and I'm one of those few blessed people who's gotten the opportunity to pursue my dream. So I have to work hard every single day of my life, and that is what is very, very important, because I'm sure there are so many talented people who are waiting for that one opportunity, but if God has been kind and our yanakuru chance kuduthirukkarna, I need to wake up every day and give it my 100%. And like you said, if the audience is seeing that, and if they're seeing that I'm being true to my character and I'm giving it my 200% in every movie, I think that's enough for me.
Lovely. Touch it.
Touch it.
Yeah, coming back to your performance. Initially, people knew you for your baritone voice. And then Kaidi happened, Master happened. பட் அதில் எல்லாமே ஒரு நெகட்டிவ் ஷேட் ப்ளே பண்ணாலுமே ஒரு சார்ட் ஆஃப் டெம்ப்ளேட் செட் ஆகும்ல. ஓகே, இவர் வந்து இந்த மாதிரி கேரக்டர்ஸ் ப்ளே பண்ணுவாரு. Somewhere I thought Halitha was someone who brought in a blind spot. இல்ல அதை எக்ஸ்ப்ளோர் பண்ணது அந்த.
No, I was very grateful because I still remember when Halitha called me for Loners, and she said, I have a script for you. And I was like, so I know, of course, knowing how Halitha's previous films, I know it's very true to life. And I was hoping, I was like, I really hope it's not something which is shades of grey. And I remember she narrated the story. In fact, she sent me the script as well. And we sat at a coffee shop, and she was like, what do you think? I said, I'm doing it because you saw me in this role. I'm so glad, because that really changed and what people perceive me as, because I was very nervous before the release of Loners, because I was like, I'm not sure. They've seen me saying lifetime settlement and being angry and stuff, and then will they accept this vulnerable side? Will they be okay? But like I said, it's all credit to Halitha for seeing me as Dhiran, and all credit to the reviewers and the audience, because they accepted me, dude, and Allah. So very, very grateful to them. That gave me a lot of confidence, saying, okay, maybe I can play around with other characters. Also, a lot of directors happened to watch Halitha's short, and they were like, okay, there is maybe
so he can do this
maybe he can
right.
be a little vulnerable. So I'm very, very grateful to Halitha, and I've told her that we will collaborate on something which is like a feature, and hopefully that happens soon. But yes, she's the reason for probably showing me in a different light, and a lot of people happened to watch it because it came out during COVID. So yeah, Halitha is changed that for me for sure.
Right. And as an artist and as a person, how do you see this opportunity to express vulnerability? Usually, when we see a hero, it's always a macho, testosterone and pumped hero that we see on screen. But when you get to play such characters, probably you think it could relate more with people.
Definitely, I think in terms of
break the stereotype again, like man should be this way or.
No, but I don't have that, Chandni, to be honest. Like I said, for me, it's every character, and it's a director's vision. And if they envision me in that part, I'll be more than happy. Like I said, for me, I was grateful, and I still am grateful that Halitha gave me that opportunity, the role. Nariya பேர் அதை பார்த்தாங்க, நிறைய directors பார்த்தாங்க, and then they felt maybe he could fit this part as well. I think even Madhumita had seen Loners. Right, that's why I did the Hindi film.
Angamali,
and the adaptation of Angamali. So I think everything happens for a reason. But like I said, no, for me, I'm okay with a director seeing me as a particular character, and if they want to see me happy, then okay. They want to see me angry, I'm okay. But to answer your question, I am staying away from this angry young man and shouting and screaming all those roles for now. I'm sure there will be parts, a little bit of it, but I want to try and try and approach other characters and see how the audience accepts it. Because even if you take Thiru, there are a few moments where he's vulnerable, where he's
he breaks down.
Yeah, he breaks down, and there's a little bit of romance and stuff. So, but then of course the majority is where he's this angry young man. But whatever's in the pipeline, I'm hoping they get to see different sides of me, and I'm actually also waiting for Shantakumar sir's film and what they have to. What the
Right,
audience
I remember speaking with him earlier, and he said it's a multi-genre film.
Yeah,
Right.
I won't be able to reveal much, but yeah, I'm very excited about the film, and I had a great time working with him. So
You got a breakthrough with Kaidi, and then you went on to do Master, and you had a film like Vikram. அது இல்லாமல் in between you did Andhagaram and Buttabomma and Loners. So for you to put yourself as an actor on the map, is it only your talent that it takes, or is it also the recognition and the validation that you get from these big banners add up to it?
It's a very good question actually. But see, all I can do as an actor is give it my 100% in every part. But see, these big banner opportunities is thanks to Lokesh sir, and he saw me as that character. Whether it is Kaidi, whether it is Master, whether it's Vikram, I was a very small part in a big star film with a big production company, and I was just a small part. So that all credit goes to him, and I'm not saying this out of being modest or humble. I don't take any credit away from the directors that I've worked with, because I truly believe that the credit should go to them, because they have okayed the shot. They have made me a part of their vision, and they've seen me as their characters. So I really feel that the credit should only go to them. But I'm grateful that the audience has accepted me in these roles, and like I said, I can only keep going, giving it my 100% and keep going forward. And I'm hoping that directors that I've worked with, I will get to collaborate with them again, and also with other directors. But I will always say the credit goes to my directors. I don't think unless they had held my hand and taken me through every shot, I would have been able to do what I did. So every movie that I've been a part of, the credit only goes to directors.
Right. And although, as you said, you played small parts in these films, but அது எல்லாமே ஒரு ஆக்டிவ் ரோலாக தான் இருந்திருக்கு. அந்த கதையை முன்னாடி கொண்டு போகிறதுக்கு it has helped.
Yeah.
So was it a conscious decision initially when you started the film career? இல்லைனா இப்போ அது ஒரு கான்ஷியஸ் டெசிஷனாக மாறி இருக்கா? ஒரு சின்ன பார்ட் கேரக்டர் ரோல் ப்ளே பண்ணாலுமே it should be an active role that moves the story forward.
Well, I didn't have any plan initially. I had done Andhagaram and I was waiting. And Kaidi I didn't want to do. It so
happened to be
it so happened.
Yeah.
Kaidi I didn't want to do because I was scared. I was not sure if I will be able to lead a 100-member gang and be this leader for this gang. And initially there were a lot more sequences for the character. And I actually was a little concerned because I was like, it's Dream Warrior Pictures, Karthi says movie, and he's saying this is an important character. Now mess up what will the audience say? But he was very confident. So I said, okay. And both of us didn't know that Anbu would be accepted by the audience like this. I'm grateful that they did. And that's why I got to be a small part of Vikram as well. And, I get to be a part of his cinematic universe. But it was not a conscious decision. Master, again, I didn't have any questions. He said it's his movie. And I said, yes, of course, I will. It's Vijay sir's movie and his direction. I said, I will just go. I didn't even know the story. I think after shooting for 15 days is when he told me, idadhan kada. It didn't matter to me. Even Vikram, he just said, Machi, come, it's one shot. And I said, okay. It's going to be the same with him because that's the equation. Because I am here today only because of him. So if he calls, I will be there. But it's not, as of now, I'm not doing any character roles. But if there is something that is very exciting that comes up, I will definitely take it up. And if it's Lokesh's movie, I will take it up for sure, wherever I am.
Yeah, and that being said, LCU is one of the first sort of a phenomena in Tamil industry.
Yeah.
And it's very promising. What do you have to tell about it?
No, this is an idea he discussed long back. So, Lokesh always said that, we can make solo films with every character. So I'm hoping someday he makes a solo film. I'll be very happy. But no, it's a great idea. And like I said, it's nice to sit with him and listen to his ideas and his vision. there's so much in his head and he's so passionate about his ideas in his movies. So I'm just glad that I have a mentor and brother like him, and I'm hoping I continue to be a part of that cinematic universe.
Yeah. Your baritone voice. It's mentioned everywhere you go, and you've said how it's been favorable and unfavorable in various situations. So how do you feel when it's been constantly mentioned or spoken about? How do you take it?
I'm okay, Chandhini. Like I said, see, I've always said this: any form of acceptance is so nice for an artist. And as of now, it's the voice, and I'm hoping movie after movie. Like I said, I was very happy when the reviews for Aneethi came out because people saw the performance as well. But having said that, there are a lot of people who don't like the voice even today. There are a lot of people who make fun of the voice even today. And a lot of people don't like the performance as well. But like I said, I can only improve my craft movie after voice. Unfortunately, I can't do much. Probably I will play around in the dubbing studio for other characters. But I'm happy that there is something they like. And I've said this in every interview. Hopefully, movie after movie, if they see a little bit of performance somewhere, I'll be happy. But as of now, if it's the voice, I know that's going to be the first thing that reaches the audience. Yeah. Which is fine. I'm grateful that I have this voice. There was a lot of making fun of me when I was in school and college, and in the bank, of course. And even today, there are people who make fun of it. But I'm hoping the voice will grow on them, or maybe they'll see a little bit of performance.
Right. But have you also noticed with the handful of films that you've done, people do recognize with the character names?
Correct.
Like how is it for you?
No, for me, the biggest thing was, like I said, after Aneethi, now everyone's calling me Tangapulla.
Oh, so sweet.
So the theatre, everyone was. It's all thanks to Kali sir, but I think it's the way he says Tangapulla. But
despite not sharing screens.
Despite not that, because I remember when Kaidi came out, it was Anbu, then became Das. And then it was not Anbu anymore. They started calling me Rolex because I say Rolex. So now it's Tangapulla, and I'm happy. I'm like, wow, this is so nice. That
it's not just the voice; it's more than that.
I'm glad. But when I meet people, they always say, no, it's the voice. So the first review or feedback is always the voice. But I'm fine. There's something that they like, so happy.
Right. Is it still a concern for you to break a template or a stereotype? Do you still face that?
No, thankfully not. I think that negative role phase was there a lot after Kaidi. But I think Master kind of changed that. And then Loners, of course. And now it's only, thankfully, positive roles. And whatever's there in the pipeline, all lead roles.
Yeah, and I also remember reading somewhere, you said how you've got a lot of offers for romantic films after Kaidi.
After Master.
Okay. And why so?
I don't know. I have no idea. But even now, thankfully, there are a lot of romantic stories that are coming. But I think that's what everyone asks me when I go for theatre visits to these college events. That's all they ask. Like, when are you doing a full-fledged romantic film? So there is something that I'm working on as of now, and we've not gone into shoot. It's still pre-production's on. So I'm hoping when that movie comes out, they will see that side as well, and then they can give me their feedback.
And personally, what do you like to explore? Is there a genre in mind, or is there a
not really, to be honest. I just happy working with good technicians, good directors, a good team, and make sure I'm shooting 7 days a week. I'm happy. There's no specific genre. I'll be happy to be part of a great vision, a hungry team. Just happy to be shooting.
For each and every film, is it important for you to sort of reinvent your craft? Because for artists, when we look at them on screen, it's very essential that we feel that they're not the character that we saw in the previous film.
Yeah.
So how is it for you to reinvent your craft?
I just go empty to the set, and I will let the director tell me exactly what I'm supposed to do. Like I said, that really helps me, and I've said this, in a lot of interviews as well, that as long as you can, this is how I function. I don't know about other directors, but I finished now, and I'm going to start shoot for my next film, and Vishal Venkat's film, and I told him, I said, I'll come on to set. We'll have a workshop, of course, but I'll leave it to him daily before the shot, to see what he wants from the character. I will just ride on what he has to say, and it's fine. It's our vision then. And if he can see me as that character, I'm more than happy. So I will just go and I let them mold me into their characters is how I'm approaching it so far. And I would like to continue to approach it the same way.
Right.
If you don't see any similar characters, it's all because of the director. It has nothing to do with me.
Lovely. And about your upcoming films, you have a lovely pipeline.
Yeah, so there's a movie with Shantakumar sir, which
Yeah.
I told you, which will be releasing soon. I'm working on OG, which is a Telugu film with Pawan Kalyan sir. I finished a movie with Bijoy Nambiar. Por. Yeah. I finished a movie with
It's
him.
a Tamil and
It's Tamil and Hindi, but I'm only part
Okay.
of the Tamil version. And then, of course, like Vishal Venkat's movies, and then there are a few other movies.
And you're also doing adaptation of
That's done.
Angamali.
The movie.
Oh, that's done.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
done. It's done. That's the Hindi adaptation of Angamali Diaries. So yeah, this is what is there. There's a few more in the pipeline, but that I'll wait for the production to make the announcements. But yeah, God has been kind. Directors, producers have been very kind. The audience has been kind. So yeah, happy to be working.
And how do you feel, you've done Butta Bomma was one Telugu film and you have another one. So you've slowly started jumping industries and how is it? Juggling.
They've been kind to offer me opportunities there. And even in Telugu now there are a few lead role opportunities that are coming. But I'm taking it very slowly because I don't speak the language and they have to give me the lines beforehand. But it's nice. The audience there also has been very kind and supportive. And especially Pawan Kalyan sir's fans have been very supportive and kind. So hoping once the movie comes out and they get to see what I've done in the movie. And we'll know. If producers and directors from there will continue to go.
Right. So you've told how it took 8 years for you to, get a breakthrough.
Yeah.
And there have been times when you felt, we should just quit and go back.
Yes.
Now that you're here, when you look back at yourself 8 years ago, and now what do you think you'd want to tell that person, that Arjun Das?
I don't know, maybe keep at it, stay focused, keep giving it your all. And yeah, I think that's probably there were moments, like you said, where, there are those moments in life when you're like, okay, nothing's working out and what do you do? And that's when Amma and Appa were very, very supportive and Appa said, no, stay. It'll happen, pursue it. And I think that motivation from him really, really helped me. But yes, if I was to tell myself 8 years back, I would just say, stay at it, stay focused, stay disciplined, keep working hard and keep giving it your all. And then hopefully someday, there will be light at the end of the tunnel. So yeah, that's probably what I will tell myself.
Yeah, and even now, I'm sure there'll be good days and there'll be some gloomy days as well, right?
Gloomy days are only when I'm not shooting. Otherwise, I'm very happy to be on a movie set.
Right.
I'm extremely happy if there's a narration. I'm very happy if there's a new script that I get to read. I'm very happy. If I'm shooting, I'm extremely happy. So yeah, no, gloomy days, however, toes broken, fever, cold, anything, I'm happy to shoot. As long as that's going on, I'm happy, excited.
So the 8-year dreams are being realized now one by one.
Yes, it still feels like a dream, but just happy, Chandni, to be working and like I said, to be working with good technicians, good directors, good actors, and learning every day. And never knew all this.
It's a constant process as well.
Of course, it's a learning process throughout, and I think as I would like to keep learning with every movie and every passing year, and hoping I can incorporate all that I'm learning into my characters and my movies. So yeah.
All right, yeah.
Thank you, Chandni. Thank you. All the very best.
Thank you so much. Pleasure talking.
Thank you.
Yeah.